Well, of course, this is one of the most frustrating things about philosophy. Almost every student asks this question: why don't philosophers come to some conclusions? Why don't they agree amongst themselves that this is the definitive solution of the problem of free will versus determinism? Or why is not the existence of God finally proven or disproven? The fact is that philosophy is a subject matter that people have to go through themselves. And even though I might have discovered the right answers to philosophical questions, it is still possible that the next generation of thinkers will have to go through the whole exercise themselves. Well, a social philosopher examines the fundamental issues surrounding social life, nature of social institutions such as family, friendship, political issues, justice, order, stability, technology, the role of science, of law in bringing human beings together and making it possible for them to interact in some sort of a fruitful, progressive setting. But what is it that makes knowledge knowledge, so that we can distinguish it between, say, knowledge and a hunch and an opinion and a belief or something like that? Generally, philosophers, although there is a great deal of dispute amongst them as to what philosophy is, they tend to address themselves to very basic questions, questions that arise before one enters the special sciences, metaphysical questions, which means questions that arise before physics, before the study of nature itself, questions that are really rare for most of us to think about because we're pretty much bogged down in the day-to-day lives that we lead. But we are professionally committed always to examining what are those fundamental issues. I mean, many of us have prejudices, and we work very hard to exclude them from our reflections about these things. We try very hard to be as objective as it's humanly possible, and I think it's possible to be objective if you really are honest with yourself, if you make sure that your prejudices, your historical upbringing, your particular likes and dislikes, your temperament is not what colors the way in which you conceive of the best social order. If there's a universalizable character about the vision of social order that you are proposing, and you keep refining it in terms of the evidence that you observe around you, I think it is possible for human beings to come up with honest and correct answers here. It's very difficult. There's always pitfalls, but it is not impossible.